Esho Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Tatara Jastamo Bhava Kamalo Bhadayaschaye Cheta Etairana Vidam Sitvam Satve Prasidati. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, 11th chapter, Lord Ramachandra rules the world, text number 6. Apratam nas tvaya kim nu bhagavan bhuvaneshvara yan no antar hridayam vishya tamo hangsi Svarochisha Apratam Nastvaya Kimnu Bhagavan Bhuvaneshvara Yanonta Hridayam Vishya Tamohangsi Svarochisha Apratam Nastvaya Kimnu Bhagavan Bhuvaneshvara Yanonta Hridayam Vishya Tamohangsi Svarochisha. Matajis. Apratam, not given. Naha, unto us. Tvaya, by your lordship. Kim, what? Nu, indeed. Bhagavan, O Supreme Lord. Bhuvana Ishvara, O Master of the whole universe. Yat, because. Naha, our. Antakhridayam, within the core of the heart. Vishya, entering. Tamaha, the darkness of ignorance. Hangsi, you annihilate. Svarochisha, by your own effulgence. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki. O Lord, you are the Master of the entire universe. What have you not given to us? You have entered the core of our hearts and dissipated the darkness of our ignorance by your effulgence. This is the supreme gift. We do not need a material donation. Purport. When Dhruva Maharaj was offered a benediction by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he replied, "O my Lord, I'm fully satisfied. I do not need any material benediction." Similarly, when Prahlad Maharaj was offered a benediction by Lord Nrsingadev, he also refused to accept it, and instead declared that a devotee should not be like a vanik, a mercantile man, who gives something in exchange for some profit. One who becomes a devotee for some material profit is not a pure devotee. Brahmanas are always enlightened by the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the heart. Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishta matak smritir jnanam apohanam cha. And because the Brahmins and Vaishnavas are always directed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are not greedy for material wealth. What is absolutely necessary they possess, but they do not want an expanded kingdom. An example of this was given by Vamandev. Acting as a brahmachari, Lord Vamandev wanted only 3 paces of land. Aspiring to possess more and more for personal sense gratification, is simply ignorance. And this ignorance is conspicuous by its absence from the heart of a Brahmin or Vaishnav. Aprattam nastvayam kimnu bhagavan bhuvaneshwara yannontaridayang vishya tamohangsi swarochisha. O Lord, you're the master of the entire universe. What have you not given to us? You have entered the core of our hearts and dissipated the darkness of our ignorance by your effulgence. This is the supreme gift. We do not need a material donation. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Gadamhayam Dadhati Swapadantikam Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripadam maham vande Sri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyeshwaram Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasundubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. The blessings of all the Vaishnavas. This part of the Bhagavatam describes the activities of Lord Ramachandra. What is given in Ramayana in many thousands of verses is given in 2 short chapters. You may wonder why. Because Ramayana is well known to Maharaj Parikshit, and it is a daily food, so to speak. So Shukadeva Goswami is just summarizing the events and giving it in a nutshell. It is very condensed. So we are here at a very historic moment in history. Have you ever tried to give a donation and the person refused to take the donation? Has it ever happened to you? Any raise of hands? You have? Okay. That's quite rare, right? It's quite astounding. You try to give something and the person says, no, I'm okay. I don't need it. So, the relationship between Lord Ramachandra and the Brahmins was so tight. It was so close. It was so loving. The trust was so deep that, first of all, Lord Ramachandra gave the north, the south, the east, the west, and all the directions in between to the Brahmins. That means he gave everything to the Brahmins. In fact, even before that, when Vibhishan came, he descended from the sky. Ram addressed him as Lankeshwar. But then somebody asked him, now what would you do? You already given Lanka to Vibhishan. What if today Ravan comes and says, I surrender to you? What will you give him? And he said, I will give him Ayodhya. Oh, well, then what would you give to Bharat? Oh, I'll give him the eternal Ayodhya in the spiritual sky. And then what will remain for you? I don't need anything. That is the mood of a devotee, because that is the mood of the Lord. So, he gave everything to the Brahmins. Why? It was not just a matter of formality. Like sometimes people offer you something, but they don't want to really give it to you, you know? Like as a matter of formality, as an etiquette. No, he gave everything to the Brahmins because he knew that they were actually Brahmins, that they were actually spiritually solid, which means Shamodamastapa Shaucham Kshantirarjavameva cha Jnanam Vijnanam Astikyam Brahmakarma Svabhavajam. That there is no selfishness, no greed, no ambition, personal agenda in them. Brahmajanititi Brahmana. They're simply interested in Brahman, in the spiritual science, and they have the welfare of all living entities at heart. To such a person you can give everything. Because you know that person will not exploit it. They will not misuse it. They will not use it in a wrong way. Isn't that the fear that we have sometimes? Oh yes, I have something that I would like to give, but how are they going to use it? Do you ever get that question? What will you do with the money? Where does this money go? Who will benefit from this? Right? Because people are afraid that if you're going to use this money for bad things, that they will get bad reaction. Because they take part in that bad activity by giving to a bad cause. So, the Brahmins and the Vaishnavas, they're free from such type of contamination. Why? That's what we're going to discuss here. They're addressing Lord Ramachandra and telling that, oh Lord, you're the master of the entire universe. Do you know that shloka from Gita? Bhoktaram yagatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatvam shanti richati. Om shanti shanti shanti. People want peace and love, right? But without peace there is no love. So how to get peace? People are coming to ISKCON because they're looking for peace of mind. Isn't that what they say? I come here to experience peace of mind. Which means no anxiety. Not, oh, parking ticket, puja ticket, donation ticket, this money, that money, but peace of mind, right? That's what they expect when they come to ISKCON. So, it is our duty, our sacred duty, to give them peace of mind. Why? Because without peace of mind, there is no happiness. If your mind is not peaceful, like if you're worried whether your car will be towed, I know here it doesn't happen, but I'm in US, in San Francisco. People always freaked out, will my car get towed? Right? Am I right or am I right? Please say yes. He has experience. Huh? Because if your car gets towed, it's $364. Like roughly about 25,000 rupees if your car gets towed. So that's a bad start in the day, right? So people are afraid, they're worried, and that's why they're not peaceful, and that's why they're not happy. And without peace and happiness, there is no real substantial spiritual practice. So, if you forget anything about today's class, but you remember, know that Krishna is the master of the whole universe. Everything is run according to His direction, to His laws, and to His plans. Do you believe that? Show of hands if you believe that. Show of hands if you understand English. Okay, thanks for your audience participation. If you're not convinced of that, if you think, I am the master, you're always in anxiety. Because how far does your lordship extend? How big is your control? This much, this much, this much. It's a big world out there. There's a lot of random moving objects that we have no control of whatsoever. But a devotee is a person who acknowledges Krishna is the Lord and Master, and everything runs according to His plan and direction. I cannot even fall asleep in Bhagavatam class if he does not give sanction for it. Like sometimes the speaker is so annoying that he does not allow you to sleep in class. And you may feel upset because of that. Because he just doesn't allow you to fall asleep. He somehow grabs your mind and keeps it for that almost 1 hour. And you feel like, how is he doing this to me? I want to sleep now. No. Have you ever tried to sleep and you were really tired but you could not sleep? Do you know how many people are taking sleeping pills? Because they cannot sleep, even though they're exhausted. Because unless Krishna grants you sleep, you will not get sleep. Matak smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Krishna gives knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. It is by His will. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He's the Lord and Master, the proprietor of everything. As long as you think, oh, I'm owning something. You may be a brahmachari, you're in the ashram. Really, all you have is 2 sets of clothes and hopefully 2 kopins. And all of a sudden, 1 set or 1 kopin goes missing. And you realize, maybe I'm not the controller. Maybe I'm not the Lord and Master. Like somebody else had, similar idea. Suridham sarvabhutanam, Surit, to be the well-wishing friend of everybody. I mean, we try hard to keep a few friends. Some people try now on social media to keep a few friends or a few thousand friends. Like sometimes they make this statement, oh, I only have 5,000 friends, like I only have 5,000 friends. But I really know them well, and yeah, right. As if you could know 5,000 people well. If you have 5 people who like you, and 2 or 3 who trust you, you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. But Krishna, He's the Surit. He is working for the benefit of each and every living entity in the universe. How can we make such a bold statement? Upadrashtanumantascha bharta bhokta maheshwara paramatmeti chapyukta. Krishna is in the heart of every living entity as Paramatma in all the life forms. And what is He doing? He's overseeing and permitting. As Upanishads state, these 2 birds in the tree, one is busy eating fruits, the other one is just observing and sanctioning. Krishna is there at every step of our way, giving us guidance, giving us knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness, giving us permission to do things or warnings. Because Krishna He's not Bandhu. He's not Mitra. He's Surit. He's not some official kind of a person who has an own agenda. Krishna is, as Prabhupada used to sign his letters, your ever well-wisher. That is Krishna. He's Surit. Surittama, the greatest well-wisher of all living entities. So they're asking this rhetorical question, what have you not given to us? You have given us everything. How have you given us everything? By entering into our hearts. Jai Sisi Radharas Bihari, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, Shigonitai Ki Jai. You have given us everything by entering into our hearts and dissipating the darkness of ignorance by your effulgence. Krishna, Surya Sama, Maya Haya Andakara, Yahan Krishna Tahan Maya Adhikara. Krishna, by His presence, by His effulgence, by His brightness, He eradicates the darkness in the heart of the devotee. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. Whenever we feel depressed or dejected or confused, just be mindful. Krishna is there in your heart. And He's shining. And the only thing between you and Him is our own false ego, is our own false sense of identity. We have built these walls. We have built these constructs of no, I want to preserve my own independent identity. And that's what's preventing us from appreciating Krishna's beauty and Krishna's brightness, which is always there. This is the supreme gift. You ever seen advertisements when they say, just spend 10 lakhs and you get a gift, you get a free gift? You ever seen this? No, you don't watch advertisements, right? You don't have billboards here in Mumbai, like hoardings, like as big as this temple room, where it says, spend your money and we'll give you a free gift. And we have come to this material world, and what have we gotten? Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukha doshanu darshanam. Free gift. Free gift. Maya has not even given us a free ball pen. Not even a pen. Nothing. Only trouble we got. And still we think, oh, this is such a great deal. This body has given us so much pain, so much trouble. Now some of you are still pretty young, and you think, oh, what's he talking about? But you ever wondered how much pain is there, let's say, in your earlobe, right? This earlobe is not a very sophisticated thing. I mean, what can you do? You can hang an earring on it. It cannot give you much pleasure, right? In school, your teachers or your parents, they may pull them. You can cut it, you can burn it, you can stab it. There's so many ways this earlobe can suffer pain. Doctors learn big books with all kinds of diseases, in which ways you can suffer. But how much pleasure is there in this earlobe? If you go, oh yeah, you're so nice. You put all the nice creams on it and it's really looking nice. Not much joy, but so much pain. So, a devotee is a person who is aware of the facts of life and is acknowledging Krishna is the one who has given me everything, and because Krishna is there and he's never leaving me, I have nothing to ask for in this world. As long as we are still hankering and lamenting, as long as we're still having an entitlement mentality, we will be corruptible. Somebody can come and offer us something and say, hey, I got just what you want. But a person who is santushta, who is self-satisfied, atmaramas chamunayo, nirgrantam api urukrame, kurvanti mahaitu kim bhaktim, itva bhuta gunohari. If you're atmarama, satisfied in the atma, in the self, because you're Krishna conscious, nobody can bribe you. Nobody can coerce you. Nobody can threaten you. You're incorruptible. Is that a good thing? Are you sure? Is that a good thing? Thank you. So, just by taking up Krishna consciousness, we become free of the majority of the difficulties of this world. Here in the purport, Prabhupada is citing the example of Dhruva Maharaj. When he was offered a benediction, said, Svamin kritartosmin varam najate. I have looked for broken pieces of glass, but I've gotten this Purushartha Shiromani, this invaluable jewel of Krishna's darshan. And because of that, he felt embarrassed. He felt guilty. He felt, why have I had so many desires? Of course we understand akama sarvakamo va mokshakama udharadhi tivrena bhakti yogena yajita purusha param. We understand whether you're full of desires or you want liberation or material success or you have no desires or you desire spiritual perfection, Krishna is the only one who can give you. So go to Krishna. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janak sukritinor juna. Arto jigyasurartarti gyanischa bharatarshaba. So they come to the right place. The motive may be questionable, but they come to the right place. Because once people come in contact with Krishna, they will realize, oh, what did I come for intentionally? Huh? What was my original purpose? What was my original motive? Krishna says, never mind. Don't worry about that. You're here. You're in the right place. Let's talk. Let's continue this relationship. You see, relationships, we always hear about love and trust, right? Have you heard of love and trust? Yes? Say yes, please. Thank you. Huh? We want love and trust because that's what makes life worthwhile living. If you don't have anybody who loves you and anybody you can trust, you don't really have a life. You don't really have nothing. Huh? But where does that come from? That trust. It has to be earned. So the first step is communication. That you're actually available and accessible. You're actually ready to entertain a relationship. Sometimes you try to call people, but they block you, or they don't pick up the call, right? Or they give you a missed call. I know they don't do this here in Mumbai, but where I come from, on the northeast of India, they give you a missed call because they don't want to spend money, so they want you to call back. So, Krishna always picks up the call. His line is always available. He's always there. Prabhupada, every day for 2 hours, he was giving open darshan. Anybody could sit down and just talk with him. Are you available and accessible to the people in your circle? Or do you just block and push the red button and say, meh, I don't know this person. I don't know what I can gain from this person. I don't know what to get from this person. Are we available? Are we accessible to the people that Krishna sends to us? That is the question. It is our duty to do so. Because that is what relationship means. You have communication. And what happens when you have open communication? At some point, there will be cooperation. The person will say, hey, what can I do for you? And sometimes they will ask you to do something for them. And you happily oblige, because that's what friendship means. And from that kind of cooperation, love and trust will grow. But it has to be earned. So, we are trying to prove to Krishna and Guru that we are worthy recipients, that they should invest their Shakti, their potency into us, that we will not misuse it. We will not use it against them. We will not use it for ulterior purposes. We will only use it for their benefit. Krishna Shakti vina nahe tara pravartan. It is Krishna's potency that is coming through Sri Guru Parampara. And if we acknowledge that and we respect that and we utilize that potency for the service and benefit and glorification of Sri Guru and Gauranga, then there is no limit to how much empowerment you can get. Prahlad Maharaj was similarly offered benediction by Lord Nrsingadev. And Prahlad said, I don't want anything. I have your service, I have your holy name, I have the service of your pure devotee. That's all I want. Otherwise, I would be a vanik, a merchant. The merchant is ready to hand you goods as long as you hand him the money. And as soon as your credit line expires, finish, over, no more. I don't know you anymore. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is giving, 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 giving. Seemingly endless giving. One who becomes a devotee for some material profit is not a pure devotee. Whenever you travel abroad, when you enter a country, they often ask you, what is the purpose of your visit? And it's actually a very good question. And we should ask everybody. You can make a sign in front of the temple. What is the purpose of your visit? Huh? And we should ask ourselves, why am I going to temple? What is my motive? What am I trying to get from this? Because the motive defines the intent. It defines the purpose. And without motive, without purpose, there is no case. So being Krishna conscious means being clear of our motives and of our intentions. How are we doing? This project here is a reminder of Srila Prabhupada's purity of purpose, Srila Prabhupada's purity of desire. He built this temple for Shri Shri Radha Ras Bihari for their glorification, for their worship, for their desire to spread this Krishna consciousness movement. Prabhupada had many places he could stay in. He had many followers. He had many people who liked him. But he saw that there was a need. He saw that there is a need in this great city of Mumbai to establish the worship of Sri Sri Radha Ras Bihari in a very grand and luxurious style. Because Prabhupada said many times, if I would sit under a tree, how many people would come and listen to me? Very few. Very few. Oh, there's some more sadhu here sitting by the tree. Huh? Why should I listen to him? But if you have a nice temple, then people will think, oh, okay, international guest house, international restaurant, international society for Krishna consciousness. Okay, I don't even have a passport. I may not even have an Aadhaar card, but at least I'm going to ISKCON. Huh? And that will make me international. Huh? I'll see some people of different colors and different sizes and shapes. And by that, I may get some experience of something that's a little bit outside of my scope of understanding. So Prabhupada knew the mentality, the mindset. And he used that mindset in order to give people Krishna. He did not use it for self-aggrandizement. He could have called it the Prabhupada movement, like some people do. He could have said, no, we don't need deities. Just put my murti there, like some people do, right? No. He said, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Very specific. He put Krishna in the center, and the worship of Krishna in the center. Anyabilashita shunyam jnana karmadyanavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktiruttama. Anukul bhakti is without karma gyan, no personal desire. We have to be very careful. It's very easy to fall into this trap. Oh, it's for Krishna service, Prabhu. Really? Do you need it? Do you need it? Because Krishna doesn't need it. He doesn't even need service. He's already happy. He's already God. He's already Bhagavan. I need to do service. So we have to be mindful that we do not fall into the trap of utilizing Krishna's potency, utilizing Krishna's facility for our own selfish motive. But even if initially there may be some tinges of that, Krishna will forgive if he sees that we're trying to improve ourselves. So a Brahmin or a Vaishnav is a person who only absolutely what is necessary that they will possess. But they don't want an expanded kingdom. Have you ever tried to expand your kingdom? You may not have a kingdom, right? All you have is your space on the local bus or train, right? And you try to expand it, right? You try to just become a little more comfortable. Have you ever tried to become a little more comfortable in this world? Has it happened to you? Or is it just me? Huh? It can happen. And all of a sudden, you're lying flat and you're snoring. And everybody's wondering, is this a sadhu or is this a dadu? What kind of a sadhu are you? Baba, you're snoring. Huh? Are you actually here for seva? Or are you here for something else? Vaman Devi came and he said, 3 steps of land. And Bali said, what is this? I own the universe. You want 3 steps? This is an insult. I'm ready to give you a planet. I'm ready to give you whatever you want. And you want 3 steps? And he said, one who is not satisfied with 3 steps will not be satisfied with the whole universe. Huh? So right now you may think, oh, 3 sets of clothes, 3 plates of prasad. I just, want a little bit. Huh? But if we do not keep check on our motive, it can expand. Like Vamandev, he expanded and he took everything back. Sridhar was a very unknown person in Nadia. People knew him as Kola Vecha, the banana guy. Like you had the coconut wala, the dap wala, you had the dobi wala, you had the rickshaw wala. He was the banana guy, Kola Vecha. Sridhar, people didn't know who is Sridhar, but they knew Kola Vecha, he's the banana guy. Mahaprabhu offered him blessings, benedictions. He said, take anything. He said, I don't want anything. Why not? Because you have given me everything. Then Mahaprabhu said, but please, I will be happy if you take something. Okay, I'll take one thing. What is that? Wherever you appear, I want to be there to give you bananas, banana leaves, fruits, flowers. I want to be that person. I want you to steal from me. I want to argue with you. That is all I want. Okay, Tatastu, you've got it, granted. You're the banana guy forever. If you have service, you have wealth. If you have bhakti, you are truly fortunate and rich. So we should ask ourselves, what is my service? Oh, I don't have any service. Then you are really poor. You're a beggar. Huh? That is the criteria. I was distributing books in Haight-Ashbury, San Francisco, and I met a man who said, I met this Swami. In 1966, I went to New York to his storefront, and they brought me up to his room. And it was perfect. He said, I sat down, and he was sitting on the floor. I was sitting on the floor, and he didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything. And for 40 minutes, he didn't say anything, and I didn't say anything. But I knew that he knew that I knew. Don't try to understand this, okay? And he said, it's perfect, we understand each other. And after 40 minutes, Prabhupada said to a devotee, give him prasad, so he got some food and he left. 50 years later, he got a book from me. Why? Because he was not ready to hear. Sometimes you may be sitting in Bhagavatam class, but if you're not ready to hear, you will have to come again 50 years later, 5 lifetimes later. Your body being here is not good enough. His body was there with Prabhupada. He sat right next to him. He may even have touched Prabhupada. But he was not ready to hear. That's why he had to wait 50 years till he got the book. We're here today. Are we here? Are you fully conscious? Are you aware of your intentions? That is the question. That is the question. Sometimes I think something, and then I look at my mind and I go, are you sure that's really what you're thinking? Or is there some other agenda? Have you ever caught your mind cheating? No, never, right? Your mind never tries to cheat you. Do you have a counter? If you only have beads and you don't have a counter, you have to know this person is CIA, because, you know, this only the devotees have, okay? This so many people can have. But this means you're actually, Shanka Purvaka, Gananartanatibi. You have to know what you're doing. Have you ever had 2 left here, and it was 9 or 10 p.m., and you were super tired, and you thought, did I chant these 2 rounds or did I not chant these 2 rounds? Hare ho gaya, it's okay. I chanted them. Has this ever happened to you? No, never, right? You pick up your beads, you go outside on the veranda and you chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So the mind is a rascal. Its number one business is to try to cheat you, to give you all the excuses, all the justifications. Oh, but look about him, what about her, what about this one, what about that one? And you should go, ha! What about you? Are you a bee or are you a fly? Are you looking for nectar or are you looking for garbage? So never trust your mind. You have to be vigilant, because if you have an insider that works against you, that's like a terrorist, an embedded mold. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. How do you watch your mind? You have to read Prabhupada's purports every day. Otherwise you will start to believe, I am my mind. I am my situation. I am who I am because this is how people know me. This is my image. This is my life, but it's not. It's just a creation of your imagination. And it has changed so many times, and it will change so many times again. Unless we read Prabhupada's purports in the association of devotees, and we try to go deeper and understand, what does Prabhupada want to tell me here? How does this apply to my life? What does Prabhupada want me to do? We will not really make spiritual advancement. Krishna consciousness is not a spectator sport. You cannot play it on a remote control. You have to actually apply yourself to this practice. Pratyakshava gamam. You have to have direct perception of Krishna consciousness. That means your faculties, your thinking, feeling, willing have to be there, engaged in Krishna's service. And that's what the acharyas are teaching us. That's why Prabhupada is mentioning Dhruva. That's why he's mentioning Prahlad. That's why he's speaking strongly to remind us of these things, so that we do not become distracted, that we do not become corrupted, that we do not become embarrassed. Because Krishna consciousness is the greatest gift, and we should not take it for granted. We should not take it lightly. It's not something you can buy in a gift shop. It's not something you can order online and a guy with a motorbike will deliver it to you. Krishna consciousness is something very precious. It's invaluable. And what is the price that we have to pay for it? Sincere hankering. We have to sincerely hanker for it and be ready to do whatever it takes, to give up whatever we have to give up in order to acquire it and in order to spread it. This great city of Bombay is becoming more westernized than the West. People like stuff that they don't like anymore in the West since decades. So, get used to the idea that people will not correspond so much to logic, to argument, to Shastra, to philosophy, that you will have to meet them eye to eye. People are looking for friendship. Have you ever wondered why some social media platforms are worth billions and trillions of dollars? Because people are looking for friendship. One guy recognized the need that somebody is looking for friendship, and he figured out how to make billions out of that. People are looking for love. People are looking for appreciation. Are you able to correspond, to give them Krishna consciousness in a real, in a true, in an authentic fashion? Even if you have to slightly change the masala. You may meet somebody from south, you may meet somebody from north. They may talk and behave a little different than you do. Can we relate to them or not? That is the question. Prabhupada could. He was a 70-year-old Bengali gentleman coming straight from Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, through Vrindavan. Anybody who met Prabhupada thought he is one of us. The bikers in Oakland, the Hells Angels, they thought he's one of us. He's a heavy guy. He's one of us. The hippies thought, love and peace. He's one of us. That's his message. The business people thought, he's one of us. Everybody thought, he's my friend. He's my ever well-wisher. So, as aspiring Prabhupada Anugas, as aspiring followers of Prabhupada, we should study and imbibe his example and learn how to bridge that gap so people will also feel, oh, he's one of us. I can relate to this person. This person is friendly. I can trust this person. I can talk to this person. You may not always agree. That is permissible. But at least there is communication. Did you ever experience that you said, oh no, we're not talking anymore. I'm not talking with such and such. That's bad, right? That's bad. Because it means total breakdown of relationship. Even if you're fighting, at least you're fighting. That's something. So Krishna is here, and he has given us this beautiful process. And Prabhupada states here, aspiring to possess more and more for personal sense gratification is simply ignorance. We should be happy with whatever Krishna has given us, whatever that is. If it's 3 dhotis and 3 kopins, be happy with that. If it's a little more, be happy with that. If it's much more, then use that in Krishna's service. But stop hankering and lamenting, because that will make you miserable. And the last part, this ignorance is conspicuous by its absence. You know the word conspicuous? You know what it means? It is completely absent from the heart of a Brahmin or Vaishnava. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very strong on this point. That's why he was very pleased. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he glorified him. Vairagya Vidanija Bhakti Yoga, Shiksharta Meka Purusha Purana, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari, Kripambudiryastvamaham Prapadya. You have come to give this process of Vairagya Vidya. Vairagya alone is not good enough. Vidya alone is not good enough. Even if you have Vairagya and Vidya, it's not good enough. You have to have Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. There's quite a few people in this great country of India who are renounced. Like now there was Kumbh Mela. And there's some people who are pretty renounced. I saw a video of a guy who was walking on water. Walking on water. You know, like Jesus did. Very unspectacular event for any tested yogi. But he was walking on water. I'm sure he was renounced, otherwise he wouldn't be able to do that. There are some people, they can recite Shastra Nityam. Have you seen sometimes people just go on and on and on and on and they never stop? And you wonder when will he ever stop, and they don't stop? Huh? One time I was in Rishikesh, in Shivananda Ashram, at a program with my Guru Maharaj. And the sannyasis there, they were chanting entire 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? We have a hard time even remembering the title of the chapter, right? Huh? It's a little early in the day, right? So it's hard. Huh? Yeah, universal form, something universal, right? How many verses in that chapter? 55. Long verses. Who knows 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? By heart. They were chanting whole 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Then 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is the title of 12th chapter? Bhakti Yoga. Only 20 verses. Very nice. Very easy. Start with that one. If you want to memorize Gita, 12th chapter. Easy. 13th chapter. Ooh. Heavy. And they were going on and on and on from memory, speaking. And I was a little impressed and a little annoyed because I was, hey, this program, I want to hear Katha. I can read Gita any day of the week. I know the shlokas, but, you know, give me some Katha. All of a sudden they stopped. And I thought, now, time, no. Now not my Gurudev speaking. Now first the Acharya has to speak. Old man, he had big orange hat on. You know, shining orange hat? And he was saying, and I thought, oh, now he starts also to speak Shastra. No. He was saying, 1971, I went to San Francisco and I saw A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, and he got all these hippies to chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And he was lighting up like a Christmas tree. On fire. Right there, boom. And everybody was like, what happened to the old man, you know? Because Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe Tara Pravartan. He had witnessed the miracle. How Prabhupada put the whole audience on fire. Everybody was jumping and dancing and chanting. Devotees, non-devotees, everybody. And he was mesmerized. These people are mlechas, yavanas. They know nothing about nothing. And they're in ecstasy. And we know so many shlokas. Where is the ecstasy? And then he said, and then in 90s, I went to New Vrindavan, West Virginia, and I saw Prabhupada's Palace of Gold. And I decided I will build palaces and temples like this. And that's what he has done. Same with Pramukh Swami. He has done about 1,000 of those. They copied from Prabhupada. Prabhupada was the pioneer. He's the one who did it. Everyone talks about bhakti nowadays. Where they got it from? Prabhupada. Before, nobody talked about bhakti. And after the program, and then also my Guru Maharaj got to speak very briefly. And afterwards, they were distributing prasad, Shivananda Ashram, Rishikesh. Very sober. You know what kind of prasad they were giving? Dry chickpeas. Prasad. Thank you. Very nice prasad. Lucky, I also brought some gur badam. You know gur badam? Gur badam, you know? Sweet. And so I was distributing. He was distributing, one sannyasi was distributing dry chickpeas, and I was distributing gur badam. And at the end, that sannyasi who was giving chickpeas, he came over to me and he said, "Can I also get?" I said, "Yes." And he looked and he smiled and he said, "ISKCON Prasad, the best, the best." They have knowledge. They're austere. But where is the ras? Where is the juice? Huh? People look for friendship. They look for relationships. They look for love. Give them Krishna Bhakti. Everything is available in this process. Everything is in Prabhupada's books. Everything is in this ISKCON movement. It's available. Don't let your mind cheat you. Don't let anyone else fool you. Stay pure. And you can only be uncorruptible if your heart is filled with that gift that Lord Ram has given us. What is that? His lotus feet. If that is our property, if that is what is in our hearts, nothing else will be attractive. Nothing else will be meaningful. Hare Krishna. Questions or comments?
It's a comment, not especially for you, it is for others. Anybody has any questions? I want to make the comment after the questions. Anybody? Any questions?
Yeah, before you make your comment, I just wanted to mention that this place is really inspiring to me because it's a legacy of Prabhupada's purity of selfless love to Sri Sri Radha Ras Bihari, and also a legacy to His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj and His Holiness Sridhar Maharaj and all the others who have worked selflessly to build and to preserve and to spread the glories of Sri Sri Radha Ras Bihari. So I'm very happy to be here, even though I'm a very infrequent visitor, but I feel honored to be in your association, and all the people I meet around the world who have been to Mumbai, they have been to this place and they got inspired by this place, but especially by the people who are preserving this legacy of selfless love and selfless service. So every time you don't ask a person, "Give me the money." Every time you don't ask a person, "Do something for me." Every time you do selfless service, your preaching is so powerful and potent that it's moving people's hearts. When you have the heart of a person, you have everything. It includes their pocketbook, their checkbook. It includes everything. But if you don't have the heart of the person, it's meaningless. You failed. Yes, your comment.
Hare Krishna. On behalf of ISKCON Juhu Mumbai, we thank you very much for this wonderful, inspiring sleepless Bhagavatam lecture.
Thank you so much. I know yesterday you had big festival. I was watching the Abhishek online, and you had beautiful, festival and kirtan and prasad and a lot of chanting and dancing. So today you may feel a little tired.
Thank you for the dose.
But
So,
Prabhupada was never tired. He never was satisfied. He never was complacent. One time in Mexico City, all day long he would go to different preaching programs. And when they got home at night, 9:30, 10 o'clock, Prabhupada had hardly ate anything. Then the devotees were almost shy to tell Prabhupada, they just called and said, you can come for a TV interview on national TV. It's only 5 minutes, but it's at midnight. Prabhupada said, we're going. We're going. Harikesh Prabhu was telling how when he was here in the beginning of Juhu, in the old days, when they were fighting with the rats and staying in tents, they had big backpacks with sets of books. And they would walk for miles because they had no money for the bus. They would walk to go to make life members. Now, if there is a program, we ask, hey, Gari hai? Huh? Okay, Gari, what type of car? Huh? If a brahmachari asks you what type of car, you have to tell him, wrong question, sir. If he asks you, what is the menu? Wrong question, sir. I remember I was a brahmachari, and I asked my Sankirtan leader, which city will we go today? He said, wrong question, sir. Not your business. My business, where we're going today. Your business, distribute the books. I will pick you up at this spot, 6 o'clock. That is your business. Wrong question. So we have to be careful that we do not find ourselves offside, that we go off track and we start asking all these funny questions. Oh, how much money? How much donation? You're brahmachari, you're vairagi. What does it mean to you? You have nothing. After, before is the same. It's all Krishna's. If you want to stay happy, you want to stay blissful, we have to stay pure, uncorruptible, uncontaminated. And that is the greatest wealth. When you have Krishna's interest at heart, when you have Krishna's lotus feet, you have everything. Just like Prahlad, just like Dhruva, just like Sridhar. They had everything. In fact, they conquered Krishna by their selfless love. And that's why Krishna has made it his business to glorify Prabhupada all over the world. Because Prabhupada had no personal agenda, no personal motive. He wrote to his godbrothers, you please come and help me manage this organization. You please come and be the acharya. I will help run things. Nobody replied. Why not? Because they knew that he was more capable than them. They knew he would outshine them. They felt embarrassed. They felt guilty. There's no limit to what a person can do if they do not care who gets the credit. Selfless service is powerful. It can capture people's hearts. So we should allow ourselves to be captured by Krishna and by the sadhus, who by their selfless example, they can capture our heart. So thank you for being who you are and doing what you do and preserving this legacy. And yes, there will be struggles, there will be challenges, there will be obstacles, there will be problems in the material world. it's part of this scenario. It is to be expected. But as Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, the difficulties that arise in the performance of my devotional service are my ecstasies. And he also said, and this is the Thakur, and nobody can top the Thakur, nobody is an eternal rogue. If somebody has made some mistake, some mishap, something wrong, don't hold that against them for eternity. Have you heard of Ashvatthama? First canto Ashvatthama? Huh? Son of Drona? He's still in Himalaya performing tapasya. You know what his job will be next Satya Yuga? Vyasdev. Vyasdev. Yes, Vyasdev. Who? Ashvatthama? Yes. So there is hope, even for us. We all have different histories, different trajectories, different backgrounds. But Prabhupada said, once you come to bhakti, let that go. Just, leave it. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki.
Jai Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
They will raise their hand, but they won't raise until I say, okay?
I think it's too late.
This wonderful palace of Sri Sri Radha Rasbihariji has deep connection with book distribution, because in the very beginning, all the money for these marbles came from the book distribution all around the world, especially from BBT Los Angeles, and all the devotees were distributing books. So now we have here Naveen and Nirad Prabhu joined ISKCON in mid-80s, and he was a veteran book distributor. In the 1990s,
Hare Krishna.
In the 1990s, he was the top distributor in the whole world, distributing books one-to-one, not bulk distribution, one-to-one distribution, a top book distributor. And he was also the ISKCON minister for book distribution for several years. Now Prabhuji travels around the world and he gives book distribution seminars and outreach programs. We are very, very thankful for you to be here and giving an inspiring lecture. I am sure that we also are discussing about how to increase our book distribution, and on behalf of all the devotees. Would you like to have a book distribution seminar by Naveen and Nirad Prabhu? There is a popular demand, so I think you got the message. So please, you are most welcome, and please come and inspire our devotees, especially in book distribution, otherwise in Krishna consciousness also. Thank you very much once again. We all thank him by chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to be here. I just here to meet my old friends Ananda Tirtha Prabhu and Mayapur Prabhu and all of you. So thank you for your hospitality and for giving me the privilege to be in your association. Srila Prabhupada ki.